So yeah, Apple's gonna absolutely hate me for making this video. The new iPhone is coming out in 1 month, September 2022 at some point. Roughly the 13th, maybe the 12th, 13th, roughly. Don't hold me to it. So Apple basically have recently been showing iPhone commercials, even more so to get rid of old stock. And people that need a phone, they're like, oh yeah, that's good, I'll get a new phone. If you can wait for the new phone. It's coming out in 1 month. Today I want to show you some of this website, macrumors.com. I'm always going on this website probably at least once a month, all throughout the year, to see the latest rumors for this and that. So if you haven't checked them out before, go check them out. But usually this time of the year, August, September, we have a lot more factual rumors regarding the newest iPhone and whatever else, right? So we're just going to scroll down and read some of the most interesting bits that I can find, especially regarding the camera, okay? So no notch and new Face ID hardware design, Pro only. For at least some of the iPhone 14 models, namely the Pro models, Apple is working to eliminate the notch that houses the hardware needed for Face ID. Now the notch was a controversial design when it was introduced in 2017. Yes, it absolutely was. And since then, it's changed little, with the exception of the size tweak from the last one, the 13, right? Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, who we will be mentioning a lot in this video, he said in March 2021 that the 2022 iPhone, this year obviously, he reckons that this iPhone models this year would not have a notch. I'll have to wait and see if that's right, and would instead adopt a hole punch style design that's been popular on many Android phones. Since then, rumors have evolved and we have a clearer picture of what to expect. This is one potential situation. Now, if you have OCD, you may not like the next picture that I'm going to show you. You just might not like it. It could be this design as well. Now, I think this design looks not symmetrical and not very pretty, but that's just my opinion. But still, it's probably a little better than what we currently have. Why are you guys fighting? Can you not fight while I'm making a video? That would be good. Okay, good boy, Rosie Chicken. Okay, let's continue down the page a little more. So that could be a possibility if this guy is right. Now, ProMotion display is something that a lot of top-of-the-line Android phones have been having for a while now. ProMotion allows you to see the screen when you scroll up and down. It allows you to see it a lot more clearer. All right. Well, why let me explain it when I can explain it here, right? There were early iPhone 14 rumors suggesting that all 4 iPhone 14 models coming out in 2022 could offer ProMotion displays with refresh rates of up to 120 Hertz, but it looks like that's not going to happen. It looks like it could be just the Pro models getting this. So 120 Hertz refresh rate, it makes the scrolling up and down look a lot more seamless. Now the brand new Pro iPad that was released probably a year ago now, that has ProMotion. So when you scroll up and down on that big screen, it does look a lot better compared to the older iPhones and the older iPads. It's just a lot clearer, the ProMotion, right? The more amount of hertz you have, the more it less hurts the eyes. Okay, there we go. So the Pro models could only be getting that potentially. Body design. Well, we're not going to read that, but that's just some indications of what it could look like. All right. Here are some mock-ups, some manufacturer mock-ups for cases. All right. So the 14 Pro, 14 Plus, and the 14 Pro Max. Now, I really want to talk about the ultra-wide camera in a minute. It's got me excited, okay? Periscope capabilities. Anyway, size options. We're not going to read that. There's the colors, if you guys are interested in the colors of what we could be getting, once again, what we could be getting this year, right? Now, I am going to read this. Titanium. That was that Sia song, wasn't it? Titanium? Such a good song, that. Hi, Sia. How's it going? Apple's upcoming iPhone 14 models are also expected to come with a high-end titanium alloy chassis design. Now, according to investors' report from JP Morgan Chase, Apple has used titanium for the Apple Watch, but this would mark the first time that the material has been used for an iPhone. This is the interesting bit, right? Titanium is more scratch resistant and it's stronger than both steel and aluminium. Plus it's more corrosion resistant. So if you drop your phone in the river and you can't find it for 5 years and then 5 years later you get a random phone call that some divers found it, you'll have less rust. You'll have less rust on your device. There you go, all right? Sometimes I watch those YouTube videos of those guys diving or using a giant magnet on a fucking rope. I've been watching it lately. That's just how it is. Now, cooling. This is another interesting thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Starting in 2022, high-end iPhone models are likely to adopt a vapor chamber thermal system. Good laptops use these things. Good laptops do, okay? You know, which Apple is said to be aggressively testing. The VC thermal system will be required for the high-end iPhones due to their stronger computing capabilities, the power and the faster 5G connection speeds. All right, so the lesser expensive phones probably won't need this because they're not as good. It's still pretty good, but the newer ones may have a vapor chamber. All right, Lightning port. There have been rumors that Apple is aiming to remove the Lightning port from the iPhone for a portless design, with charging done over MagSafe. Now, if this was to happen, good, but what about the thousands, the millions of accessories that are out there in the public right now? Third-party accessories, you know, like the PlayStation or the Xbox backbone. We did a review on that the other day. We talked about it, right? It would be a sad day for a lot of those third-party makers of technology out there, but there we go. They could be removing the Lightning port soon, especially because the EU did pass a law to make all phone manufacturers switch to USB-C because of e-waste. Now, Apple may just say stuff you and just completely remove the port altogether. Either way, Apple needs to stop making Lightning phones by next year, apparently. So there's that. Okay, going down the list a little more, and my birds are currently biting my necklace, aren't you guys? Very naughty. Going down a little more, apparently they're going to be removing this smaller iPhone from production because of low sales, apparently. If you guys liked the smaller iPhone, well, maybe the iPhone 14 is not for you. Camera technology. All of 2022 iPhones could see. Let me read that again. All of the 2022 iPhones could see improvements to the ultra-wide camera. And now this is what's getting me very, very excited, right? And the iPhone 14 Pro models will see significant improvements to the wide-angle camera. This one. This is the wide-angle camera. All right? 48 megapixels, if it's to be believed. So the iPhone 14 models will feature a 48 megapixel wide camera, which would be a major improvement, obviously, over the current 12 megapixel, which it's been for a long time now, right? And also 8K video recording capabilities. And I don't really know who needs 8K capability these days in 2022 and beyond, 2023, 2024. 4K is great. Even 1080p is amazing, okay? No one really watches YouTube anything more than 1080p. Most people don't, all right? Most people can't determine the difference between 1080p and 4K. 4K is great. It's good to have the ability to zoom in on editing. When you're editing a video, you can crop in a bit more without losing pixelization, right? But no one's really interested in 8K, I don't think. And they won't be for a while. But that's just my opinion, right? What do I know? What do I know? So that's just some of the information regarding the camera. Now, we could be getting a A16 chip, which is faster than the A15 chip. But only for the Pro iPhones out there. Okay, if you're getting the normal cheaper iPhone, okay. It won't have the newer processor. It'll have the older, the same as last year's processor, the A15. Yes, A15. I had to double check that for a second. Now, RAM is a very interesting one. Let's quickly read about that. So according to Ming-Chi Kuo and other sources, both the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Pro models will feature 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is the same amount of RAM available on the iPhone 13 Pro models. This has also been corroborated by Taiwanese research firm TrendForce. 6 gigabytes is good. Like I said there, it was introduced last year, but I honestly would have liked to have seen more. The more RAM you have, the more things you can do on your phone simultaneously, and applications you can have open, and tabs you can have open, and really heavy gameplay. The newer games that are coming out on iPhone these days, and to the future and beyond. To infinity and beyond. No one saw that movie, did they? I know I didn't. Where's Tim Allen? He wasn't in there. Anyway, what was I talking about? RAM. I would have liked to have seen probably 10 gigabytes of RAM in these phones, because games are just getting better and better, and we need more RAM, more memory to make these things work. Plus, video editing on iPhones and photo editing software is just getting better and better and more labor intensive. So it would have been better to see more of this, but it's not happening. Car crash detection. This is an interesting one. I really want to talk about this. Apple is working on a car crash detection feature for the iPhone and the Apple Watch, which could come out in 2022. It will use sensors like the accelerometer to detect car accidents. That's interesting. And when it does detect a car accident, by measuring a spike in the gravitational force, the phone can literally, or your watch can literally, call 000, 911. What's the English one? 999? Do you know if you in Australia, for example, we have 000. But if you do 911, you still contact the emergency services. Does that work in America as well? I don't know. You Americans let me know. Anyway. Snapdragon X65 modem. We could talk about that. But what I really want to talk about, new RF chip. What I really want to talk about is satellite connectivity. The Qualcomm, am I saying that right? Snapdragon X65 enables some satellite connectivity. All right, and alongside the modem, Apple plans to implement satellite-based emergency features that will let users to send text messages in emergency situations and report major emergencies in areas where there is no cellular coverage. Wow. Forget about Wi-Fi. This will be awesome. Now, I think as this technology matures enough, especially with Elon Musk putting all of his SpaceX satellites, thousands and thousands of them, bathing the Earth for free internet kind of thing. Well, it's not really free, is it? But bathing the Earth in internet regardless, right? I think as this technology becomes better and better around the world, I think cell phone towers will potentially become a thing of the past, like landlines have. Okay, landlines have pretty much gone extinct in New York City. Just the other month, the last ever phone box was taken out of New York City forever. Can you believe it? If you remember, there was even a Colin Farrell movie called Phone Booth, how there was a sniper, Kiefer Sutherland, talking to him on the phone and threatening to kill him from the building. Remember that? Phone booth. It was in New York City, this Times Square. The last ever phone booth was taken out of New York City recently. So I think as this technology improves with satellite connectivity, I think we will be able to make phone calls and text messages based on satellite communication only. Anywhere in the world, okay? As long as you can see the sky kind of thing, in the outback, wherever, middle of the ocean, text, call anyone. That's going to be the future. And I'm really, really excited by that. Wi-Fi 6E, which will be a bit faster than what we currently have, I think. 2 gigabyte storage. Of course, that's just speculation. Of course, the more storage, the better. One thing that we have all loved about Android phones is the ability, stop biting me, is the ability to actually put a SIM card in your fucking phone. and update your storage. I mean, wow. I really, really wish Apple was doing this. Obviously, they're not. Stuff you, Apple, okay? I love you, Apple, but come on. That's fucked up, okay? So if they're going to continue with the fixed storage, which let's face it, they probably will. No doubt, they will. 2 gigabytes of storage would be amazing, but that's probably just going to be for the Pro models only, unfortunately. Now, no physical SIM slot. This is 100% the future. 100% the future. And the fact that they haven't done this yet is shocking, in my opinion. But this is this, right? No physical SIM slot is something that they predict for either this smartphone or the next year's one. The iPhone 14 models may launch without a physical SIM slot, with Apple transitioning to an eSIM only design. Now, Apple is allegedly advising major US carriers to prepare for the launch of eSIM only smartphones by 2022, with some suggesting that some iPhone 14 models may be the first to come out with a SIM without a SIM slot. So yeah, I mean, when you have to put that SIM card in or put a new one in or take it out or whatever, you get that little pin, right? And you push it into the side of your phone and the little tray comes out. That little tray and the SIM card is a huge waste of space in your phone. It's a gigantic waste of space. If they were to remove that, that would free up the interior of the iPhone so much. And they could put more, better technology in. All right, now obviously the eSIM technology will go in its place, but it will be a lot smaller than a physical fucking tray. So that is awesome. This shit should have been implemented last year, 2 years ago. It's been talked about for a long time now, and it's great technology, and I can't wait for that to come out. The iPhone 14 price, that's just speculation. We're not even going to talk about that. Who really knows, right? The iPhone 14 launch date will be likely held in September. Okay, there we go. Future iPhone rumors. So there we go. We could be getting an iPhone with USB-C next year, or MagSafe, no USB or Lightning connection whatsoever, which will be interesting. What will third parties do to be able to connect their third-party devices to the iPhone? Bluetooth or some sort of, not sure what I'm doing here, but all right, it'll be interesting to see nonetheless, right? So newer iPhones could have USB-C. Periscope lens. Now this is something I really want to talk about in a second. Under display Face ID is a potential thing in the future. Foldable iPhones. Now I will be making a video about this very, very soon. So if you haven't already, come give us a like and subscribe. Come do your thing, all right? We're not finished the video yet, but my goodness, when Apple does release the first foldable iPhone, I mean, it will be a good day. It will be a good day for technology in general. Abso-freaking-lutely. iPhone 14 timeline. Okay. Periscope zoom for a phone. Let's quickly read on this. A periscope lens offers optical zoom capabilities not otherwise possible in smartphone cameras, allowing for 5 times or even 10 times optical zoom. This is huge. Let's have a quick look at this. Okay, going to this next website. My birds keep biting my chain. Can you not? This is the last thing we're going to talk about, and we're going to call it a day. iPhone 15 Pro Max realizes 6 times optical zoom. It's not 10, but it's still not 5. So it's 1 up from 5. It's potentially 6 times optical zoom. Let's have a quick look at this image. Okay. So most image sensors, let's have a look at my phone. Hang on, let's look at this for example. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, zoom in. So most phones, if it's gonna focus, hopefully. Is it gonna focus? Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Most phones have the image sensor right underneath the actual lens like that, okay? The image sensor is literally underneath the glass. In this design, no, it won't be, which is interesting. So this camera, this phone seems to have 2 cameras. This is just the mock-up, okay? But this phone seems to have 2 cameras. This is the main camera, okay? And this is the periscope camera. the image sensor is on the right, and it goes through the optical glass elements, and then it reflects on a mirror to then go through outside, so you can zoom, see some really amazing zoomed in images, right? Let's just quickly read this for you guys. According to Minchi Ku, the iPhone 15 Pro Max that will appear in 2023, some are saying this year's iPhone, some are saying next year. Once again, we'll have to wait to see. But this is the possibilities, right? Some are saying that they will support 6x optical zoom. However, a 6x optical zoom requires a fairly thick lens. Now, the current iPhone 13 Pro models has only 3x optical zoom and 15x digital zoom. If you're a photographer or a videographer, you don't like digital zoom. Digital zoom sucks. The more you zoom in digitally, the less quality you're getting. The pixelization, the blotchiness. What's the other word? The noise. The noise is terrible. Digital zooming sucks. The more optical zooming you can get, the better. And then of course you can add digital zoom on top of that if you want. Okay. Now a telescope lens solves this problem. The lens has a mechanism in which multiple internal lenses are placed at an angle of 90 degrees with respect to the camera's sensor, and light is reflected by a prism. So there's the prism, or a mirror, whatever you want to call it, right? So if this technology is in this year's phone, shut up and take my money. I hope you guys like the video. We talk about technology and reviews and stuff like that for a week on this channel. 4, 3, 2, 1. And this one as well. Number 1. I don't know what I was saying then, but anyway, 4 videos a week. Those social medias, at Tallboy Gareth. Like and subscribe. I've been tall. My name's Gareth. This is Rosie. No, this is Blondie. This is Rosie Chicken. And that's Indy. Those are my 3 birds. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.